There's a secret buried inside compounding that almost no investor ever discovers. Everyone knows the surface story, the one that takes decades to pay off. But what if I told you there are 4 hidden engines quietly multiplying your money at the same time? For gears that don't just add to your results, they amplify each other. And one of them starts working in as little as 7 days. Wait, 7 days? Sounds impossible, right? But by the end of this video, you'll understand how they work together and why most people are unknowingly driving with only one engine running. Because if you can activate all 4, wealth doesn't just grow, it accelerates. Hey, I'm Ryan, and I break down money truths that schools never taught you, but life demands you understand. If you want your finances to finally start compounding for you instead of against you, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit subscribe, because each week I'll show you how to think, invest, and grow like the top 1% without the guesswork. Now, let's start the journey with the first hidden engine. Engine 1, dividend reinvestment, the quiet millionaire maker. It's the one that looks boring, but quietly builds millionaires. Dividend reinvestment. Most people call it drip, and most people ignore it. It doesn't feel exciting. A few small payouts here and there, right? But those small payouts are what separates stagnant portfolios from unstoppable ones. Because when you reinvest your dividends, you're not just collecting cash, you're buying more shares. And those new shares start paying dividends too. That creates a self-feeding loop. One that grows quietly, invisibly, until it becomes unstoppable. Most investors treat dividends like pocket money. They take them out, spend them, and move on. But imagine if every dollar you spent was actually a seed. Would you still throw it away? Or would you plant it? That single habit, reinvesting instead of spending, is what transforms average savers into wealthy investors. Let's look at a real story. Alex, a nurse in her late 20s, started with $100,000. She split it, $50,000 into a reliable dividend fund paying 4% and $50,000 into a real estate company paying 6% monthly. She set everything to automatically reinvest. At first, nothing special. A few extra shares, slightly bigger payouts. But compounding never looks dramatic in the beginning. It builds pressure in silence. After 10 years, her $100,000 became roughly $230,000. After 20 years, it crossed $1 million. By 30 years, it reached around $3.7 million. No luck, no timing, just pure reinvestment. And this isn't a rare story. Studies show reinvested dividends account for 1/3 of the S&P 500's total returns. If you skip them, you're literally missing 1/3 of what the market gives. Think about that. A single setting in your brokerage account can make or break 1/3 of your future wealth. Wild, right? So how do you start? Simple. Enable automatic reinvestment. The drip option. That's it. Every payout buys more stock. Those shares earn more dividends. The loop keeps spinning with zero effort. Picture it like a snowball rolling down a hill. In the beginning, it's tiny. But every turn gathers more snow, more mass, more speed. That's your portfolio. It starts quietly and ends loudly. Dividends aren't side money, they're momentum. Reinvest them, and you're building something far bigger than you can see right now. But compounding dividends alone still takes time. And time is the next engine. Engine 2. Time in the market, the invisible multiplier. Time is the invisible engine that does the heaviest lifting. You can't speed it up. You can only stay long enough for it to work. Time is the great multiplier, the quiet architect behind every fortune. But because its power builds slowly, it often feels like nothing's happening. Ever seen bamboo grow? For years, you see nothing above the ground. Then, suddenly, it shoots up feet in weeks. That's how wealth behaves under time. Let's meet Ben, a math teacher in his 30s. He started with $70,000 in an index fund and $30,000 in one high-growth company. The index averaged about 13% per year, the company about 30%. For the first decade, nothing flashy. Slow progress. His friends doubted his boring plan. But by year 20, the index fund had grown to $770,000, the company to $5.5 million. By year 30, the combined total? Around $58 million. Wait, what? That's the magic of exponential scale. Because compounding doesn't add, it multiplies. But here's the danger. You only get those results if you stay invested. If you jump in and out trying to time the market, you'll miss the best growth days, the ones that make up most of your returns. So ask yourself, are you trying to time your wealth, or are you giving it time to grow? The market rewards patience more than precision. Time turns quiet years into quantum leaps. It's like a tree. Nothing seems to happen above ground for years. But roots are spreading, strengthening, preparing for the growth spurt that comes later. Most people dig it up before that happens. But if you wait long enough, it explodes. So no, compounding isn't slow. It's just invisible at first. And yet, what if you want to see progress faster? What if you need visible momentum to stay consistent? That's where the third engine kicks in. Engine 3, dollar cost averaging, the consistency engine. Ever wish you could make volatility your ally? That's exactly what this engine does. Dollar cost averaging, or DCA. This one doesn't wait decades to show results. You see progress the same week you start. You deposit money, buy shares, and your balance ticks upward immediately. It's not about instant riches. It's about visible momentum. You commit to adding money consistently, weekly, monthly, regardless of the market's mood. When prices fall, you buy more. When prices rise, you buy less. Over time, your average cost smooths out. This turns volatility into your advantage. Most people wait for the perfect moment. But perfect timing? Total myth. Consistent timing wins every single time. Take Clara, for example. She began with $60,000 in a dividend-focused fund, $40,000 in a major household brand, and added $1,000 a month, no matter what the market did. From week 1, she saw movement. Her balance grew with every contribution. Even during market dips, she smiled, because dips meant discounts. After 10 years, she had about $79,000 more than she'd deposited. After 20 years, nearly $2 million. After 30, close to $4.5 million. Again, not guarantees, just proof that consistency beats perfection. Dollar cost averaging removes emotion from investing. No panic selling. No FOMO buying. Just a system that builds quietly while you live your life. So set it up once. Automate a monthly transfer to your brokerage or retirement account. Use tax-efficient accounts if possible, like a Roth IRA in the US or TFSA in Canada. And then, forget about it. Because every contribution, every month, is another engine stroke, pushing your wealth forward while others wait for the right time. But what if the assets you're buying don't just grow in value? They pay you more every single year, even during downturns. That's the fourth engine. And this one changes everything. Engine 4, dividend growth investing, the self-expanding machine. Instead of chasing high yields, this strategy focuses on companies that raise their dividends consistently. Small increases each year, but they stack, forming an income stream that grows like clockwork. Let's look at Dylan. He invested $60,000 in an ETF made of dividend growth companies and $40,000 in a tech stock with a similar record. He didn't reinvest the dividends. He just let them build up as cash. At first, barely noticeable. Then year by year, it started to grow. By year 10, the ETF doubled, the tech stock quadrupled, and his annual dividend income reached $8,500. By year 20, his portfolio was worth about $5 million, paying $35,000 a year. By year 30, those annual dividends alone reached $300,000, without him selling a single share. That's how compounding income works. And here's what makes it special. Even when markets fall, many dividend growth companies keep increasing payouts. Why? Because their reputation depends on it. Some have been raising dividends for over 50 consecutive years. So while others panic during crashes, your cash flow keeps rising. That means you're never forced to sell, and that peace of mind is a hidden form of wealth. Think of it like a river. At first, it's a trickle. Then year after year, it widens. Eventually, it's strong enough to fund your lifestyle, while the source keeps expanding. That's the quiet power of dividend growth. It compounds not just your portfolio, but your freedom. The four engines together. Now here's the truth most investors never realize. Each of these four engines works on its own, but when combined, they become unstoppable. Dividend reinvestment builds your foundation. Time multiplies it. Regular contributions feed it. Dividend growth strengthens it. Together, they form a loop, a living system that compounds while you sleep. This is how real wealth is built. Not by chasing trends. Not by timing markets. but by setting the right systems in motion and letting them run quietly in the background. So, here's what I want you to do tonight. 1. Turn on dividend reinvestment, DRIP, in your account. 2. Automate a monthly contribution, even a small one. 3. Add one dividend growth fund to your portfolio. That's it. That's all it takes to start the four-engine machine. Then step back. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Just let the engines work. Because compounding doesn't need your permission, it needs your patience. So, how many of your engines are running right now? And more importantly, which one will you start tonight? Drop your answer below. And if this opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe. Because next week, I'll show you how the wealthy amplify these same four engines without risking everything. Until then, keep your money working quietly. Because that's how wealth gets loud.